Okay, so today we are going to do history, General Certificate of Education Board, General Certificate of Education Examination, June 2023, History, paper 2. So we're going to do paper 2. We're going to look at paper 2 of History 2023. So we have the extract here, Section A, Cameroon since 1850. So that's what we're going to see. So we are going to be reading the text. After we read, we're going to answer the questions. Okay, so these are the questions here. We'll read the text, then we're going to answer this question. So without wasting of time, let's dive into it and start it right. The revisions right away. Okay, so question one is compulsory. Answer either A1A or 1B and one other question from this section. So, one, it says study the following extracts on the origin, evolution, and collapse of German colonial rule in Cameroon, and then answer questions A to E which follow. The maximum mark for each sub question is indicated in brackets. So, extract one. In many ways, Nachtigal was the personal envoy of the two great German commercial houses operating along the Cameroon coast, since he was instructed to claim for Germany whatsoever land the agents of the two German firms had acquired or already or would acquire. Two documents were signed at the time. The first was the expression of the wishes of the local chiefs. Any contrary action to this document was important as far as later developments were concerned. The second document was a treaty between the Germans and the kings. Sovereignty over the land was given to the German traders over certain conditions. Extract 2. When local chiefs, when local Douala kings agreed to hand over their sovereignty to the Germans, the Cameroon coastal strip became a German colony. The Baptists at Victoria were replaced, and the capital was later established at Boya. Almost immediately, the Germans began to regret their promises to the Douala kings. The Germans independently began to explore the interior in order to see for themselves where the goods were coming from, and from this time on, hostilities with the chiefs became inevitable. Extra 3. German rule came to a swift end when the circumstances of the First World War meant the defeat and the expulsion of the Germans from Cameroon. The capitulation of the German garrison marked the end of the German Cameroon Protectorate. Cameroon was provisionally divided, but boundary adjustments were later made in an agreement signed on July 10, 1919. So this is what we have. So we're going to answer all of this and see what will come about in this text that we have read. We'll answer. Give the name of the state official who assigned Nachtigal to carry out the mission described in extract 1. Answer: Otto von Bismarck. 2. Write down the names of the two commercial houses mentioned in extract 1. Answer: Karl Warman Firm and Jansen and Tomalen Firm. What code name was used to identify what has been described as the first document in extract 1, line 1? The answer is King's Memorandum. State two conditions accepted by the Germans in the second document as indicated in extra 1, line 5. Native land was to remain native properties. So the natives were also to maintain good aspect of their land. So it mostly had to do with the land. So native land has to remain private property. They may have to maintain good aspect of their traditions, land, and all the like. So those are some of the conditions. Now, what two wishes expressed by the local chiefs in the first document were not respected by the Germans? Answer: They did not respect the middleman monopoly of trade. Okay, they did not respect the middleman monopoly of trade. They did not respect the land that was supposed to remain native land. So they were taking the people's land either by force. So those two treaties, when those two wishes were not of the chiefs, were not respected by the Germans. In which year and by which religious organizations were the Baptists in Victoria replaced? So the answer is 1887. The missionary, the replacement was being done by the Basil mission. Okay, the next question tells us, it says, give the main reason why the capital was later established in Boya and the name of the colonial governor under whom the decision was taken. Because of the hostility of the Douala people and the good climate. So it was because of the hostility of the Douala people that the Germans decided to establish the capital in Boya. And also because of the good climate that is in Boya, according to them, because most of them are from North Germany is Europe, and in Europe the climate there is cold, and Boya has a cold climate. So that is why they actually established the capital there. So the governor that was in charge was Jesko von Puttkamer. The next question says that give the location of the German garrison and the name of the military officer whose capitulation marked the end of the German rule in Cameroon. The correct answer for this is the name was Mora. The officer was Captain von Robben. In which year did the event cited in D1 take place? Answer 1916. Write down the code name that was given to the boundary adjustment mentioned in the extract. The answer is the Bigot line. Bicot line. What effects did the defeat and expulsion of the Germans from Cameroon mentioned in extract 3 have on Cameroon? It led to the loss of human lives, right? So properties and villages were destroyed. It led to the large displacement of the population, loss of its territory to the French to South Equatorial Guinea. So there was a loss of Equatorial Africa. So there was a loss of territory, and these are some of the effects of the defeat of the Germans in Cameroon. In what year and month did the UN supervised plebiscite line 1 occur in Cameroon? Answer is February 1961. Write out the initial UNO line 4 in full. Answer United Nations. Which were the two plebiscite questions the UNO imposed on the people of British Cameroon in line 4? Which were the two plebiscite questions? The questions were, do you wish to achieve independence by joining the Federal Republic of Cameroon of Nigeria or the Republic of Cameroon? So those are the two questions that were being asked to the people of the British Cameroons. Name the leaders of the Republic of Cameroon and Southern Cameroons in line 10 who met in Fumban. Answer is Republic of Cameroon was Amadou Ayijo. Southern Cameroon was John Gu Foncha. So those are the people that met at Fumban to talk about the two countries coming together into a federal system. Apart from those mentioned in the text suggest three key provisions of the Fumban Conference. The office of the president was supposed to be 5 years, renewable indefinitely. French and English were supposed to be, they had to be the official languages of equal status. The British part was supposed to maintain British law, while the French part was supposed to maintain the civil law. Identify three governments mentioned in the text that were set up in Fumban. What are the three governments? The answer is Eastern Cameroon government, West Cameroon government, and the federal government. So these are the three governments that were actually established at the Fumban conference. Give two reasons why Fumban was chosen as the venue for constitutional discussions. Because the climate in Fumban was convincing, right? So there was peace and all the like. The climate in Fumban was also good for Ijo, making him full control of the situation. So that is why Fumban was actually chosen. And and also the good environment and all the like. Identify two of the houses that were created in Fumban as mentioned in the text. Answer: West Cameroon House of Assembly and East Cameroon House of Assembly. So these are actually the two houses that were being decided on the Fumban conference. What important amendments, like 19, were later made to the construction after 1972 that had long-term consequences for the country? Answer: abolition of a federal state and replacing them with provinces. Changed the country's name from United Republic of Cameroon to Republic of Cameroon. So these are some of the things that had an impact upon the amendments. What important amendments like 19 were later made to the construction after 19 that had long-term consequences of. So we are going to answer question 2. Describe briefly the causes. Describe briefly A, the causes, and B, the effects of any two of the native resistance to German colonial rule cited below. A, so we're going to describe two of these. So we're going to take the Bakweri revolt and the Bayang's revolt. So they say we should give the causes and the effects of this. So firstly, we are going to start with the Bakweri resistance 1891 to 1894. So the causes was the exploitation of the Bakweri land, right? They had to impose high taxes on the Bakweri people. The Germans abused the women. The Germans make the people to be forced laborers in their plantations. So these are some of the causes of the Bakweri resistance. So that make the Bakweri people to become very angry and to resist the German colonial rule. So the effect of this Bakweri resistance is that many Germans and Bakweri lost their lives, right? It led to the destruction of houses. People were forced to pay heavy fine, right? So this war also made the Bakweri land to be expropriated. I mean, the German had to take control of large variety of lands as reparations for the war. So this is some of the effects of the Bakweri resistance. So the Bayang resistance happened in 1904 to 1907, right? So the causes for this was the exploitation of the Bayang land. The Bayang people were against the new trade road, so the Germans have made a new trade road and had to block the Bayang traders. So this hindered their business from moving forward. So they had to resist because they needed to make trade, they needed to make profit. So the road between Nigeria was limited, it was locked, the Bayan culture was affected. So the Germans had to get involved in the Bayan culture, maybe by stealing some artifacts that were very important. So ancestors' artifacts that have stayed for generations. So this caused the Bayan people to actually resist the Germans. So the effects of this that German officer von Limburg was killed, right? So the Bayan people became laborers in German plantations, right? They were forced to build houses in close units. The Bayan people were forced to build houses in close units. So the Germans established their station in the Bayan land. So those are some of the effects of the war between the Bayan and the Germans, or the Bayan resistance. Okay, so we have come to an end to this. I said we're going to answer two questions, and we have come to an end of this. So thank you for watching. If you are new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe, because I come with videos like this every time for you on how to be effective, how to be successful, how to pass your GC exam, how to pass any other exams. So I come with trainings. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that when I produce my next video, you'll be the first to be informed. Hit the notification bell because we are in a journey and we are going to reach there together. You can like the video so that we can produce more videos for you. Don't forget to share with other students. Thank you for watching.